valleytalk.com.
Welcome back to the Amazing Grace Show. I'm your host, Brother John J. Crumble. We have with us a special guest, a great guest, Christian comedian Lonnie Pelle. Put your hands together and give God praise for him.
Hey! What has two thumbs up and loves attention?
You.
You know, I want to let y'all know that I wasn't always bald-headed. Matter of fact, I had wavy hair. And then one day it just waved bye-bye. That's great. Yeah. I remember when I was younger, we did these things called yo mama jokes. They were really big in the schools. And basically when I was going to school, we would get into a big circle like this. And two people would jump out at each other, and they would just bash each other's mothers. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to get in on this. So, man, I jumped in there, and, man, I got beat up. Man, those girls were mean. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to come up with this solution. I'm going to call them my mama jokes. And that way I don't get beat up unless my mama's in the audience. I came up with great things like, my mama's nose was so big that when she stopped to smell the flowers, they were afraid. My mama was so big that when she was at the zoo, the elephants threw peanuts at her. My mama was so smart, she thought the capital of Montana was Hannah. My mama was so hairy that she spoke Wookiee. Yeah, those were those good old days of my mama jokes. But you know what? As I grew up and started getting hooked up with Jesus, and I started getting in my Word, I found out there were cool things in the Bible and things that we could apply to our life today. Like the first computer in the Bible, well, Eve had an apple. And Adam had the apple too. The Honda was in the Bible. You'll find over in the book of Acts, they were all in one mind and one accord. The first cell phone number in the Bible was Adam 812. And the women really love this one, what I found in the Bible, is it was the man's job to make coffee every morning. Yeah, you'll find it in Hebrews. Somebody told me they found cigarettes in the Bible. I said, cigarettes? Yeah, you know, David lit up on a camel. Yeah, so that was great, man. All these things you find out in the Bible. Even the state of Arkansas was in the Bible. Noah looked out the ark and saw. And I'd like to say for the record today that Trent Dilford and myself are not related. Okay, hey, I'm Lonnie Pelle, and that's my time. Woo!
Put your hands together once again for Lonnie Pelle. Come on over here, Lonnie. Scoot over here. There we are.
Yeah.
Get in here. Get in tight. It's all right. Great to have you, man. Awesome job. Awesome job. And so, how long you been doing the comedy thing?
Well, you know, I've been doing comedy since 2001. It kind of all started when I was in a karaoke contest. And I was up on this stage for a big Indian casino. And for the employees, and I was singing this karaoke song. The song was called Jesus Freak. So in the middle of Jesus Freak, I thought I would dance on the musical part. And everybody just began to wail in laughter. And I had people saying, man, are you sure you're not a comedian? I never tried it, but I'd like to try it out.
So your dancing is comedic then?
Oh, yeah.
So, but one thing I like too is that you're doing it for God and for Christ, you know, and you know, there's a lot of comedians out there, a lot of different avenues and different things that are available for different comedians, you know. And but what you don't really see a lot of times, you know, I think Steve Harvey, he's doing a little more of it now, is representing Christ, you know, and the comedy and what you do, you know, and that's just commendable, you know. Just give God praise for that. But tell me a little bit about what church do you go to? What church do you attend?
Well, actually, my wife and I started a church in Kermit, a brand new church. It's a New Day Worship Center. It's a year old. We actually started in a backyard, and the way God is elevated, it's just been so awesome. And my pastor, Reverend Rene Covarubia, he's an awesome man of God. You know, really flows in the gifts of the Spirit.
Most definitely. Awesome, man.
So it's awesome.
So that's it, over in Kermit, you said?
Yeah, Kermit, California, little neck of the woods.
I hear. So tell me, I know that you've been on you know, some of the shows like The Last Comic Standing, and you've done, you know, some traveling here and there. Tell me a little bit about some of the traveling that you've done and some of the opportunity that the Lord has opened up.
Yeah, that's probably, I'd say my biggest was in 2008 when I got to audition for The Last Comic Standing. And I actually got seen by 2 producers and got to talk with them. And unfortunately, I didn't get to make the show, but I did get in the credits when the show was coming on.
Awesome.
So I was dancing in the streets of LA, so that was pretty cool. And then while I was down there, I got to be on the Jimmy Kimmel Live and also Chelsea Lately show. So I got a few credits under my belt.
Awesome. So you've been on some pretty big shows, you know?
Yeah. Now the Amazing Grace show. Hey.
And we're happy to have you here, you know, and you know, we were just talking earlier before the show started, and we were talking about how sometimes we can go through tough times in our lives, you know, trials and tribulations, and even some devastating experiences that can happen, and just the power of laughter, you know, and being able to laugh and enjoy, you know, and you know, we were talking about how, you know, you have kind of went through some hard times in your life and that kind of thing, and then you were saying that, you know, that kind of brought on the desire as well to do comedy and things like that. And you know, I applaud you because I know how it feels, you know, to go through devastating, you know, events and things like that in your life, and the importance of being able to laugh and to you know, have joy.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that we know is that joy comes from Christ, from God, you know, and that's the only place that it can come from.
Yeah.
So you have a DVD out as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a bootleg. My wife had recorded it, and then we recorded in 2006, just, you know, a little ghetto camera, you know, and got out there.
Most definitely. So where is your DVD available?
Right now, just pretty much if you ask for it, I can hook it up. Just hit me up on my website or
MySpace, www.myspace.com, holyhumor3.
Yeah.
And check out my brother Lonnie Pelle. And he's a great comedian, man of God, man that loves the Lord. And, you know, just be a blessing and go by and encourage him. Amen. It's great to have you, Lonnie. Pleasure having you on the show. Thanks again for coming on the show.